I just have to say, my kids are the best thing that happened to me.
What's good, good people? Another episode of Paternal Presence Podcast. I know I got another dope dad here. My good people, we actually met doing comedy. So we bumped into each other all over the city, different comedy clubs. And, I've watched from afar. I know it's everything. I could tell dads. Like when you talk to them, within the first 5 to 10 minutes, they're going to mention their kid. You know what I mean? That's how you know a person who loves their kids, who's involved with their kids. And this is another one. This is my guy, Mr. Courtland Faulden. Did I say it
All
correctly?
right, thanks. Thanks a lot.
I said
Said
it
it
correctly?
correctly. Yes,
Cool, cool,
Cortland
cool.
Faulden.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. We've been trying to catch up for a minute, but things happen and it's all love, it's all good. How you doing,
We're
fam?
here now. I'm great, man. This is a good thing you're doing, man. Thanks for helping allowing me to be a part of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No question, no question. And I would definitely want to give, great dads their flowers. And I see, I don't want to go too fast. First question I always start off with was how was it growing up with your dad? Was your dad in your life? Tell me about that.
Well, that's interesting. You should bring that up about my dad. I actually have a photo of my dad. I'm sure you. Um, Here it is. He was
Oh,
not
okay.
there.
I'm like, this dude really got a picture right next to him.
That's it right there. um, no. Actually, so I grew up without my dad.
Okay.
Which is all the more reason why I embrace fatherhood.
Hmm.
It probably it had some bearing on how I moved forward to like how to navigate being a dad. With
Yeah.
no instruction. Ironically, so my dads were you know, uh people eldermen. I didn't have a lot of uncles or anything like that. I had just older cousins, male figures in the church and things like that were fathers that acted in that role toward me. So there was no one consistent I can pinpoint. It was all of them. It took like a village to help me with that.
Okay. Okay. So, and I'm being personal. Do you know your dad at all? Yeah.
So yeah, interesting story. I possibly met him. We I don't know him, so I possibly met him though when I was about maybe 6 or 5.
Okay.
My mom was a teenage mom, so they were teenagers. They were 15 years old when they
Wow.
had
Okay.
me. Yeah, yeah. So maybe my dad was trying to be in my life, but he had a curfew. I don't know. Like I can't.
That's stupid.
I don't know.
Yeah, he had junior high
You
school the
know.
next day.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. He might have had practice. I don't know. But yeah, definitely. I don't have a relationship with him. There is that wonderment now because we have technology now. You can trace people. Try and find out where people are and things like that. Ancestry.com, all those things like that. But I've never actually been inclined to do so. I've been
No?
pretty content. Yeah, no, no, no. I've been pretty content with um, just where I'm at with it. I've come to terms with it. I've never cried in the corner because I didn't have a dad. Like, again, having the other male figures to kind of help. Sometimes you do wonder, but um, if you know my mom, then you probably understand why he left. No, I'm kidding. But it's it's just
Oh, I hope Mom Dukes
kidding.
don't see this.
No, oh no. um, I mean, I left at 18. Now you don't know. I think, but no, yeah. So I've been content with that.
Okay, okay, that's deep. That's deep. And also, so with your parenting style, does it just come from mom for the most part?
Parenting style. I didn't explain this in depth enough. So my where I got my idea of what a dad was actually television.
Okay.
We grew up obviously comedians, watching sitcoms and things of that nature. The Cosby Show, vital. Like just seeing that father role, like I gravitated to Cosby Show because it was people that looked like us. But just seeing how dad was a leader, he resolved problems, things of that nature. Dad was not always right. Um, you know, um, so I definitely adopted the styles generically from television. That concept kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But parenting style. My mom was a disciplinarian. She had to take both roles. Being a disciplinarian as well. That's where my dad would have been. Um, provider as well. Um, we weren't big on communication in the home. Positive communication. There was communication, but it was often one sided. Go to your room, no rebuttal.
No
But
question. No
yeah,
question.
right, right. Um, So again, from my experience with my mom, which I'm probably describing as seemingly a negative thing, it actually gave me like notes, things that I knew I wouldn't do as when I became a parent. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And fast forward now, you're a dad and you have one daughter. Am I correct?
One daughter.
Yeah. Okay. And she's a freshman, sophomore.
This is the junior year.
Wait, junior year of what? High school, college?
College.
That's damn time flies. That's the
Yo,
trauma.
man, I know you know your little minute. Yeah.
Yeah. Congrats.
Mhm.
What school does she go to?
My daughter's at the University of Hartford in
Nice.
Connecticut.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
CT. Okay. All right. So fast forward. I'm sorry. Actually, not fast forward. Rewind. So now, how old are you? You have your first daughter, your first child.
So, right, so here's the funny thing, full circle, right? So my daughter's going to be 21 next month.
Okay.
So I was 22 when I had my daughter, 22 years
Okay.
old. So it's always weird to me because I look at my daughter, her maturity level, her lack of income. I'm like, damn, I was ahead of the game. Like, I felt like
Okay.
you losing,
And I know you were in the service, and this
Yeah.
was before, after.
This is during my
Okay.
my time. And we're gonna say Army, man. Stop saying service. You're not 76. 70. Oh, the older elders called. He was in the service. Don't stop calling it the service.
Oh, all right. But I don't know what to
Nah,
say because I don't want to. I know how
armed
you get.
forces.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
say
Armed
armed forces.
forces.
The service is
Because I know how you
it
get. I
seems like
just
an
don't want to
antiquated.
throw out. Oh, you was
Oh
in
no
Navy.
no
We
no.
was
Yeah.
those punks. You know what I mean?
No.
I try to be careful with what I say.
Nah.
Oh,
U.S. Army.
you're
U.S. Army.
Dominican. No, I'm Puerto Rican. What are you saying? You know what I mean?
Right. Right. Right.
So
We all did push-ups. That's it. Right. Right.
exactly. So I
There you
just
go.
I try to be careful with my words with that.
No, you got it.
And,
All
all
right.
right. So and you're Army dad, and you're trying to spend time, stay connected with your child. And
Right.
were you and your daughter's mother still
Yes,
together?
I was married at the time.
Oh,
Army
okay.
they don't play that stuff. So I was married. My daughter was born on the military base. We were in Seattle, Washington, so she
All
was
right.
born out there. I had about 2 deployments that took me away from her for just 6 months at a time. So a total of a year
Yeah.
broken up. I was like away from her, but I was there for her. And then after I completed my service, came back to New York City, and the journey began from there, all through school. Just watching her grow up, navigating the city, the urban life in Harlem,
So hold
but
up
also
though.
having
How about, I mean, because I know you're not still married. You might be technically. That's
no,
none of my business.
yeah, no,
Exactly.
no.
So when you came back, like how long did that last before you I went to the co-parenting mode?
um, well, the therapist said we broke up a long time ago mentally, but actually on paper, we probably lasted about 6 more years after getting back.
Okay.
So yeah, 6. Yeah. No. I'm sorry, not 6. Let me give it. It was actually about 10. Yeah, 10 more years.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so at that time, now you're co-parenting. How was the
Right.
co-parenting part? Was it is it easy? It's very challenging,
So
difficult.
I I will say that, right? I was blessed to have a good co-parent. I just want to give a
Good.
shout out. Yeah, we also in our community too often there's a stigma when parents are not together that they're supposed to be quote baby mama drama or ex-wife drama, and that's really just a stigma. It doesn't have to exist. It just is as simple as communication. We both knew who we were to her. We understood our roles in that regard, and even the divorce taking place, there was not a day I did not see her. Still, I moved 1 block away.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And in fact, my daughter used to walk when she was old enough to walk to school. She would walk right past my apartment window. I was here in the mornings, going to school, whatever. She would come by. I talked to my daughter every single day of her life, every day.
Good.
FaceTime now because she's at college and things of that nature. But now a day goes by, we don't communicate. So co-parenting was great because it's just about respect. After a while, it comes down to respecting. You had a life with this person. You no longer have a life with this person. Here are our boundaries now. And you really have to learn to agree to disagree at times, and just be there just for us as men. We deal with a lot of emotions. Women are typically emotional, no sexism. Just saying that you operate from emotion and learn to listen and understand. So I get it. I used to get it from two ends. Hearing the ex-wife and then you hear the daughter. 2 young women. Because eventually they started to kind of feel each other out as my daughter got older. So you got to be the great resolve.
Okay. That's great. It's wonderful to hear. And I gotta say, excuse me, Ricky Younger, he I had him on also, and he said
Mm-hmm.
pretty much kind of the same thing that co-parenting went really well because yeah, it is a stigma that is always it goes bad. You talk to your boys, and
Right.
I guess maybe communication was there, emotions are still strong, so it's tough. But I think it's a beautiful thing, definitely, if you can make it work, because you know, you're really still partners to a certain extent. Your partners, raising a child, so you still have to be involved.
Right.
Still gotta deal with each other. And I mean, why make it stressful?
Right. Yeah. So
That's what's
some of
up.
the things that would cause some of the stresses I realized, like in the co-parenting factor, are like often finances become a thing about who's responsible for what.
Hmm.
And we just kind of never broke stride. We both were in agreement initially when we were together. We were in agreement that her education was a priority, and so we were always on top of that. Funding that was number one. Private school. We wanted her to be able to go to college and things of that nature. Our moral codes were the same, so that's about knowing who you're having a child with. You know what I'm saying? Like our
Hmm.
moral codes were the same, so she had the same standards of of living. She come to my house, go to her mom's house. She's got the same kind of moral code to operate by. Being
Yes.
courteous, things of that
Absolutely.
nature. Discipline, time management, things of that nature that we try to emphasize with her. You got it consistently on both ends because we were in aligned to that in that regard.
Okay. And what about, I know she's a grown woman now, almost 21.
Mhm.
Um, what about like as far as parenting, good cop, bad cop? And being that you're a girl that, are you a good cop? Was it easy for her to get over on you, or what's the status there?
I don't go good cop bad cop. I'm TNT. Remember the old TNT used to just pop out in the car on you? That's
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
Oh, I
that
remember
dad.
TNT.
Just pull up. What you doing? Where you at? You got ID? No. Um, I found it not necessary to be hard. If you remember when we were young men, we still are, but when we were in those days of
Thank you,
liking
thank you.
girls, do you remember the girls that were on lock, like the girls that like, oh, I can't have no boys go to my house, or you could call, but like at a certain like your father would answer the phone or something like that, and you just knew it was like this girl was frightened of her dad's reaction to her liking boys. I went the opposite route. What I did was I kind of just let it happen where I started noticing that she was noticing young men, young men were noticing her. And so we started having conversations vicariously. I would just be like, hey, oh, do you like Anthony or do you like little Robert? And she's like, no, dad, no, no. All right, well, you spend a lot of time. Well, let's think about that. Then she came to me where she's like, yeah, I like so and so. Oh, okay. We talk about what does a relationship look like to you? Like, what is that? What do you think a boyfriend girlfriend relationship is? You know what I'm saying? And I let her be social in that regard so that she would know how to handle herself. Because there's always that fear of when they go to college, right? If you kept them so locked up, they go wild and
Go
crazy,
great,
right?
girls going
Right,
wild.
right,
Yeah,
exactly. Or a world star now. You don't want that.
yeah, true.
Um, so that was my thing. I thought like just to like kind of assimilate her to real life, real healthy, learn how she can have a healthy relationship with boys. And then there's also the romantic aspect. When you like someone, you feel like you can have that. So I saw her have a good array of friends, both male and female, platonic male friends, you know what I'm saying, who acted in big brother roles to her, which are cool, which
Hmm.
I want her to understand that dynamic. And also see her with me. Like I had healthy relationships with, females that were not intimate, you know what I mean? And like sees her dad navigate that and like understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, mhm.
that's cool. That's real dope, especially coming from between father daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's you don't hear that a lot. I should say you don't hear it a lot
yeah.
because just
I've seen some. So I've seen. She had a couple of tough breakups. I've seen some moments though. That's
oh yeah.
that's the other part. We don't realize what we put those young ladies through that we used to date. That maybe on the other end, like the not calling. Like I'm
Hmm.
on the
Hmm.
other end. If you have boys, you have a son. I'm on the end of he didn't call her. Okay,
Yeah.
like I'm here dealing with the he didn't call like all the world's ending. You know what I'm saying? While the boys over there, we used to be stupid, chill. Like I ain't calling her. I ain't gonna shoot. I ain't calling. Nah,
Uh,
bro, it's emotional over here, B.
yeah. So
Yeah.
on that side of the phone was pretty tough in your household.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I think about that too. Like, because regardless of our days when, your girlfriend you really like broke up with you, man, you thought it was the end of the world. So,
Word, yo.
oh man, and then it's kind of like people always be like, oh, there's more fish in the sea and yada yada. They like, "But I want that fish.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It was a good height, good weight, good length. It was
You
right.
think he's the perfect one, and then
Mm-hmm.
now that you're grown, and like I tell my nephews, I was like, oh my God, you are in love. There's gonna be 20 more
20
after
more.
her.
And I don't know if you find this to be true. Just like even like young ladies that we thought were the it factor in high school or college, right? And then the ones that were quiet, they actually blossom into more beautiful grown women than the ones that
Hmm.
were the it girl at that time. Like the
Yeah.
it girl, I was like, oh no, you go to like a high school reunion, it's like walking to a used car lot now. It's like, what is going on? What happened?
You were
What
so
happened?
bad. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know,
That's his life.
yeah, right. So,
That's why I'm and my son is 6, but he's well liked in his class. Every day I pick him up from school, he's telling me about some girl who liked him and professed their love for him. I'm like, what?
oh
He's
wow,
6.
what?
Exactly. I'm like, so I'm trying, but I'm like, okay, um,
Mhm.
just slow down, kid. Like,
Right.
and I'm like, so what did you say? And my son is kind of like, oh, I just did like this, daddy.
Right. He's
Yeah,
perfectly on time. Like,
he is. Yeah.
yeah, he's right on time. I would say again, like I'm sharing with you, like the biggest thing is the communication. Especially, father to son, that's on
Uh-huh.
that end. You know what I'm saying? Just honest communication about that. What is like at this age, at your age? What do you like about so and so? What do you like about Jane? You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Hopefully he don't like Sally's and Jane's too much. Maybe he likes Cabritas, Aisha's. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't.
I think my boy gonna be international lover over here.
Oh, internet. Okay,
I
you gonna have his
think so.
passport. Okay.
Yeah. He likes he likes everybody. He
Mm,
likes everything. I
that's
don't know
beautiful.
if he's gonna have preferences. I don't know, but
Hmm.
it's all good. So tell me this though. Do you think did fatherhood come easy for you?
That's very interesting. So I believe it did actually. So I was the oldest of my brothers and sisters, right? So I had like a leadership role to begin with.
I'm
But it
sorry,
was
I didn't ask you how
interesting.
many brothers and sisters you have. I always
Oh, I'm
assume
sorry.
one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the oldest of eight.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the oldest of eight. And so that was like I kind of had a leadership role young. And like again, not having the father, right? I still was in charge of things. It was weird. Like I had certain priorities. But when my daughter was born, it was like a natural gear because of the connection of love at this thing that you created.
Hmm.
How do we take care of things that we buy or acquire? We naturally like take care of it. Like a new car, you shine up. It just I fell right into it. The nurturing came, um, and the protecting mode. Like it's like all right, this actually, I felt a level of elevation of consciousness for myself. Like all right, sir, your life, like this is part of the purpose. Your purpose now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Mm. Deep. Because I was like, so what do I do now? All right, I
You want to
changed
hear
the
it?
diaper.
I want right. Let me answer the diaper thing. This is interesting because of my role as the eldest in my family. I actually showed my wife at the time how to change my daughter's diaper. I changed my daughter's first diaper and had to instruct her on how to do
Okay.
so. Yeah,
Oh,
yep.
is she only child or maybe the youngest? Your wife?
She was
Other
she
child?
was a she was a oldest sister of
Oh.
she had a younger brother. Yeah, but she didn't have that responsibility. She kind of they had mom do those things. My mom be like, hey, go change your brother, go change your sister.
uh, yeah, so I'm trying to think of my next question. Now, I think it's just being funny is in the DNA. Does your daughter have jokes?
My daughter,
Yeah.
she has a very different kind of humor. Not so much hard humor, but what she has taken a genetic thing is the interest in like science and things of like curiosity and wonderment. Those are things that I incorporate into like my comedy. I like to be
Uh-huh.
detailed with
Yeah.
facts,
Yeah,
and
you
she's
definitely
into
are.
that. She's a biology major on top of
Oh.
that. So it kind of yeah. And I used to want to be. I had one to go to med school when I was younger. That was my actual dream. But then that math got me. That math. It was a great equalizer. Algebra, all that stuff. I was good up to like seventh grade. I was like, all right, I'm gonna check out.
Yeah. Like why I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
know this? I already know the
I
add.
don't,
Why
I
I gotta
don't
know
know.
this?
Right.
Algebra who?
Um, Yeah. So I actually, so here we go. We talk about being a parent, right? When you don't want to pass things on to your children. She started to have difficulty in math, and I started to panic because I remember how I struggled with that, and I was like, oh my god, that was a great divide, and that kind of deferred my dreams a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I said, I don't want that to happen. So I was on, I got a tutor, things like that. But I watched her buckle down. This is her mom's now genetic coding coming into buckle down, really harness it and get down. She's an excellent math student now, like mastery. Great. Yeah. So that was like a fear of mine that, I was able to stop and be passed off. Her disdain for math was growing. I was like, yeah, I had that too, but look, you can't be like that. Like, yeah.
Excuse me. Oh, that's what's up. And I do, this is a dad podcast, and I want to give flowers to great dads out here. I do give like 5 seconds of time to the wonderful mothers, awesome women, and definitely,
Definitely.
I just have to, and that's their time.
Right. You got a shot.
Yeah, because they get Valentine's Day, they get Mother's Day, so that's their time. But definitely gotta give them props also.
Right. They
but
get the weekend too. That's who decide what's going on for the weekend, is it not?
You ain't never lie.
All right. What we doing this weekend?
Yeah. Wait, let me ask her. What we doing this weekend?
There you go. You can't just make no plans. Exactly.
Nah.
Don't you?
Nah. And yeah, we're sports parents now, getting used to it. And
Oh,
coach,
wow.
yeah, my son's the season session just ended, but we was coaching my son's basketball team. She was actually
Yes,
a
I
head
saw that.
coach. Yeah, she's actually a head coach. I was assistant coach, and
Okay.
I know people are like, what? Like, but the thing is, the team didn't have a coach. And she said to me, you want a coach? I was like, nah, I don't. She's like, well, I'm a coach. So now I'm like, damn, because we're a package deal. I'm gonna come to every game he has. I'm gonna come to every practice he has. So I'm like, all right, I'll just be the assistant coach. And it works really well because they're 6-year-olds, so she knows how to talk to them better. Where I'm a little more aggressive, and I'm like, yo, chill out. What are you doing? Like, and she told me, I don't think I was bad, but I would, like, if I'm trying to talk to them and they like just not focusing, I would kind of grab their arm, like, look, I'm talking to you, And
Right.
she's like, you can't grab people's kids, but it wasn't like
You can't grab people.
Word. And I'm like, yo, I'm not like yanking on them, but I'm like, no, look at me, I'm talking to you. I'm trying to tell you something, that type of thing. But she talks to them better, and so I actually learned better how to like kind of talk to them, because I'm kind of like, yo, your nose is
Right.
nasty. And she's like,
Yeah.
you need tissue.
That's a great balance, though. That's a great balance. And I'm sure vicariously it's helping bring you guys closer than you are too, as well. Like, that's a quality time with the whole family. Now I'm curious though, so mom's the head coach. Is part of like any like punishment for him is like no playing time? Like, it's like clean the room, or like, or you're not getting you getting benched next game? Like,
no. Yeah. I threaten him all the time though. I'm like, oh, it's like that. Nah, he's not. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. He does
okay,
boy
that's
stuff,
good.
but you kind of tell him, chill out. He'll sit down and chill out, whatever. Well, he don't really sit down. He stay moving, but he's a good kid. But when he, and I mess with him, I'm like, oh, a word? Oh, okay. So you can sit on the bench and I'll start for you.
Right. Look at that.
Exactly. So I come
cool.
back with that, but it definitely helps. Just build the family and brings us all closer together. And to the point, other parents, they're like, yo, we want y'all to coach the next session, and we want our kids on your team. And honestly,
that's great.
Yeah, it is. But I ain't gonna lie, we were tired.
Right.
We were tired because some kids are a lot more difficult than others. And we were just like, oh, I'm glad this season was over. But the parents like, are you coaching next session? Coaching next session? I'm like,
look at that.
Are we coaching next session? I'm trying to get are we coaching next session?
Right. Like, that's funny. That's great though, LeBron, because but it's really it's important that he see you, dad, like active in his things. We always think like when we had school events, like mom's coming. He goes, mom, you see your mom? Where's the mom? Hi, mom. It's like the thing people say in videos a lot. No one thinks about dad. Dad is there, and that's great that he sees you there. I used to attend all my daughter's things. My daughter's involved in choir. It was important I be there. Choir. She's played basketball for a period of time. She was playing the saxophone. I had to be there and sit for that. Like, and it's a thing. Like, they need to see us there being present, because it also helps with, like, for my daughter eventually, one day gets married. Choose a man that's like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's supportive and things like that. Like, that's what they learn. They learn those traits. and him seeing you work with his mom, like, he learns how to have healthy, good relationships when he eventually, gets a wife or things like that.
Yeah. Yes. I totally agree. Sorry, my bad. I got like pop-ups coming up on my screen all of a sudden. But um damn, I forgot my point. What I was just about to say. Oh, I was gonna say is that just for anybody who is listening, that especially fathers, that just to as far as being present, basketball games, even if they don't play, they don't start, just support. I always thought that I was always
Absolutely.
big on that. I always thought that was important. And excuse me. And like sometimes, I mean, we got work, so sometimes people have jobs, so they're not unable to. But if I'm not
Hmm.
working and I can, I would always go with her to drop them off at school. Pickup is
Definitely.
my thing. Pickup time, I pick them up. But when I
Right.
can, we'll both go to drop off at school, especially like the first day of
Right.
school. I like to let the teacher know, especially being a proud black father, like, yo, I'm here. Like nobody asked
I'm
me, but
here. Yeah,
I'm here.
it's
You
true.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And just to let the teacher
very
know
true.
too that we care, because I'm not gonna say I threaten teachers, but I'm like, look, this is our only child, and
Right. Right.
we don't want to be that parent, but we crazy about her. We love him to death, so please, like,
That's how I feel. Yeah. Yeah.
just look out for my baby boy. I know you got a class full of 20 other kids, but
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying?
No,
You
it's
I
true.
am
It's true.
my kid, just want to let them know we
Right.
care. So, you know, they take it personal and not just a job.
Yeah, it's true. It changes your life. I drive up to campus to visit my daughter. We have random lunch. I let her know I'm coming.
Oh, I was gonna say you just pop up.
No, I don't do that. I don't. I don't want to. I don't want to be traumatized. I don't. Unless you grown woman now, I don't. I don't know. I just I let her know 24 hours in advance.
Right. Cause
We'll go have.
she growing. She might open the door. Like, did you call first?
Right, right. Call. I'm not receiving evening callers at this time. What? But yeah, no. Just to have that time, that face time to relate. And it's like you just going back to your point. You're saying you make sure you're there for pickup time to pick them up. Those are great interaction times. Like letting them get that excitement, not telling them, like staying, keeping a pulse about how their day is going, how things are going with them. Always
Yeah,
checking in. Like we do that.
yeah,
It's like a check in we do. So
yeah.
yeah,
And I
those
gotta
are.
admit though, checking is very hard with boys because we got my son and
Mhm.
two nephews, and I know when girls can kind of give you a whole breakdown of everything that went on from
Oh yeah.
9 a.m. to 2:30. And boys
Hmm.
is like, yep, nope.
Single word answers. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It'd be hard. It's
Right,
hard.
right.
I can't even get mad because I know I was the same way as a kid. Yep, nope. Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right about that. My daughter will spill information. Like, I mean, some of the stories are interesting. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what happened with her friend Aisha. I'm trying to figure out if they still talking. I got to tune in next week for that. So,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I was like, well, did she ask the guy out or not? I don't understand.
You calling up like, so what happened to Aisha? No, forget all
Right,
that.
right, right,
Yeah, I
right.
love you too,
There
but
you
what
go.
happened to
What
Aisha?
happened, Aisha? Right, right, right.
Hilarious. That's
Yep.
dope though. That's dope.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna keep you too much longer, but I do you kind of mess me up because
Oh,
I have some quick questions and you kind of shot two well one of my
I answered them.
questions. Yeah, you answered them early on.
Oh,
One of my
my fault.
questions, so I'll give you other options. Your favorite TV dad. You already said Cliff
Mhm.
Huxtable. Did you have any other TV dads that you liked, enjoyed?
I'm gonna go ahead and put Mr. Drummond out there. You remember from what's his name? Different
Yeah,
Strokes.
yeah. Yeah, different strokes. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. Yeah, you like this
his
drumming like
his
that?
Mr. Drummond, man, Mr. Drummond, because Mr. Drummond took in two kids that was not his own, clearly, or were they? I always speculate on that show anyway. But two kids of he was a male figure, a random male figure that still had the father instinct for reasons like I'm just saying he took these kids and still gave them a home, morals and things like that. He still had that
Mm-hmm.
fatherly instinct. So I just say that to say to our community, especially like men, get involved with women that have children that are not necessarily your own. You still have that in you as a man to pass down fatherhood, like father figure presence with children
Yeah,
that even are not your own. I feel like that was a great example of a man who had, everything seemingly, but these children added quality to his life, and he certainly added quality to theirs as the story was
yeah,
written.
yeah. Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. That's deep. I never heard that. And plus he was a single father too, on top of that.
exactly. Right. And social service didn't give him a hard time. They was like, "Oh, he's white."
Nah, I mean, he's
no,
a rich white nigga. Of course not.
Yeah, you remember the backstory, right? Their mom was his housekeeper. She died.
Yeah,
That's how he got them. Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm.
See, rich white man, we're gonna give you a hard time over that.
Right.
My other question, because it's the podcast. Some people will watch on YouTube, and some people just might listen. So, my question to you is, who is your celebrity lookalike?
Oh shoot, that's crazy. I used to get back in the day, Phil Lamar. He used to be on Mad TV. He's black comic. He's in random black movies.
Can't think
Phil Lamar. What's the singer now? I'm getting now recently. It's probably because of the haircut. August. No, not August. No, not that. Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
Yeah, I get Derulo. Yeah. Him,
okay.
I got him. Yeah.
I don't see that either.
Yeah, no. I don't know.
I mean, he's a singer. He's a pop singer. He's well liked. It's not that like, oh, you look like Craig Mack. You know what I'm saying? It's not
no, don't want Craig Mack. Right. Or Flavor Flav. I don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely not a bad thing. But I got one more question for you, and I want to tell you too. Honestly, Court, you damn sure don't look like somebody with a 21-year-old. And I know black don't crack.
Thank you. All right.
For real, you really don't.
Thank you.
My last question is give me advice for any father, maybe a young father starting out, but maybe something that you learned. Just any advice?
Oh wow. I would say forgive yourself. And what I say with that is that a lot of us, so sometimes situations, a person you may have consciously created a life and became a father happened by happenstance. And you feel like this is your situation now. And then you might feel inadequate at the time. Like you're not able to provide the way you want. You're not in a situation in life where you would want to actually bring this child, and you can't manifest and give this child the ideal life, right? I would say forgive yourself for that. Hey, forgive yourself for not for coming down yourself, for not having those things at the time, because all that child sees is you, their father, and understand that child loves you for you, your face, your presence, your voice, and everything that you need for that child at that time is actually, in fact, right there in your hands. And the other things will come if you're dedicated and you want to provide those things. But don't forgive yourself for the situation that you're in at that time. If it's not ideal, you can always be a father. It doesn't take money, but it helps. Okay.
No, that's good. That's good. I do know. I ain't gonna be long about it, but I do know there's been past situations where I've done something or felt like I should have did this better, and it bothered me, and I would say, okay, I gotta let this go. So I definitely get that, because I do know in a way that we're not perfect. We just do our best, but we're not perfect.
Right. And get checkups too from the doctor. I'll say that too, because they say black men don't go to the doctor.
Real talk.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Black men, black women, definitely get checked up, and you gotta be here for our babies. So don't be afraid of the doctor.
Definitely.
No GoFundMe, okay? Go to the doctor. But that was my last question. I want to thank you again. It was great that we finally caught up.
Oh man, thanks so much. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. Keep killing them comedy stages.
Trying, man.
And
we gonna have to work together. We have to do our, I got the spot.
Oh yes, I'm definitely gonna come through. Definitely gonna come through.
Yes.
And check you out. And congrats, your daughter. That's a beautiful thing. She's almost done.
Thank you.
So
thanks.
Wish you much success, fam, and I appreciate you.
All right, man.
Yo, have a good night.
All right, good night. Thanks.
Yeah. And whenever I'm sad, they can always cheer me up.
I love you,
Hey, wolves, could you lend me your ears? I'd like to open up. My therapist ain't here. I've been a dad since I was 21. I've been blessed with 3 beautiful daughters and I got no sons. When I was young, I wondered how come, but I know now. Toxic masculinity would have been passed down. Real men don't cry unless someone has died. Pick your head up, hold your tears in with pride. Hashtag girl dad, so glad when I'm sad. You all could cheer me up. I always will have your bags, Leah, Jade and Lola. No one would come before you. You all of getting older, that's 3 different personas. And I love daddy-daughter day. Each one of y'all get a date with me individually. My blueberry, J Star and Juicy. We could always play video games or watch a scary movie all the time. Hey, I just have to say, my kids are the best thing that happened to me. Yeah.